Okay, here we are, we're coming into Ravenshoe. We're going to spend a few days here having a look at the waterfalls. There's a big lookout to have a look at. We're hoping to be able to get into a caravan park up here. If you can't book the caravan park, I think it's called the Railway Tourist Park or the Railway Caravan Park or something. You can't book it, it's got 50 sites and it's first in, best dressed. So once we get up here, we'll go out to reception and see what's available. And it's been quite a nice little trip from Mount Garnett into here. It's all hilly, all volcanic basalt region. Bit of a history with Ravenshoe. It was a massive big timber industry up here back in the 1900s. As late as I think 1970, 1980 they were still cutting timber, and then I believe the government took back a lot of land and turned it into national parks. They thought the town was going to die, but tourism took over, and it's supposed to be quite a prosperous town up here. I'm looking forward to doing a bit of shopping after 4 or 5 weeks off grid and with very limited shopping options. So it'll be nice to stock up and hopefully get some shopping at some decent prices. But anyway, there we are, we're coming into Ravenshoe. So when we get set up, we'll do a bit of a walk around the town and show you the park and bits and pieces and go from there. Okay, we're set up at the Ravenshoe Railway Caravan Park, and it's quite a quirky little caravan park. It's all the old rail sheds and sidings and actual railway station that was Ravensworth's back in the day of the timber cutting. And what the town has done, they've turned it into a caravan park. It has about 50 sites. It is first in, best dress. You can't book a site, which is really good, I think. You have a maximum of a 10-day stay, and for a powered and watered site, it's $10 a day. I mean, you can't beat it for value. Over the back, you can see they've got an amenities block, and they've actually turned the old railway station into a unisex toilet, which is interesting. But I'll take you for a walk around the park and just show you a few bits and pieces. That's where you book in. Over here you've got the barn. The barn shows a lot of the timber work that the men's shed does, and unfortunately being Sunday it's closed today. But they do some beautiful coffee tables in there out of solid timber slabs. And you know, we looked at some of the prices, and the prices are really reasonable. I mean, you'd nearly say they're cheap prices. It's a shame we can't go into the men's shed today, but I think it's only open Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. But even when you come in and set up, you know, you got railway carriages everywhere. As I said, it used to be the old siding for Ravensworth. So we'll just take a walk around the back and we can have a look at some of the old trains. The great part about this location is, you know, to walk up the main street, which is out through the entrance and up, you up to the shops is all of about 200 metres, and it's really good shopping. They've got a big IGA here, they've got butchers, a couple of hotels, they've got mechanics, 2 or 3 service stations. And Tony and I, as we said before, we're pretty excited because we're getting back to reasonable prices and being able to actually stock up on all of the necessities that you need while you're travelling around. As everyone knows, sort of remote Queensland travelling, there's not a lot of shops or big shops around. So I'll just take you over the other side and we'll have a look at some of the trains. So this is actually set up, this is actually in the middle of the caravan park. Now it's an old steam loco, I believe it's not in use anymore. I'm not quite sure on that. I'd have to talk to the caretakers here, but I was led to believe that it used to do tours, you know, 2-hour tours on some of the old train track, but now it's just set up for everyone to have a look at a bygone era. This side of the park is all powered sites, and on the other side of the park, when you get out beyond the railway carriages, it's non-powered sites. That's the old railway station as it is now, and as I said, they've turned it, or this end of it, they've turned it into the unisex toilets. Over the back we've got a camp kitchen. Last night they had some singers in there entertaining the crowds, and there was a lot of people just set up over here, because it was raining, set up over here to listen to the show that was being put on. But there you go, Ravenshoe Railway Caravan Park. You know, it's a quirky little setup. And I also led to believe not only is there caretakers here, but the townsfolk themselves get in and volunteer and do bits and pieces around the park. Yeah, there you go. This is our last day here. We're heading on tomorrow, being Monday. I just thought I'd like to take you for a bit of a walk around. Oh, look at that. The sun's finally starting to come out. So there you go. Ravenshoe. Not too bad. We're here at Ravenshoe, and we camped up yesterday and got all set up, did a little bit of grocery shopping, and today we're just going to have a look at a few of the falls. So the first one's only just out of town, about 2 or 3 kilometres out, and this one's called Little Millstream Falls. And I'll just give you a shot of it from up here. It's an unreal spot, really is. It's about a 700 metre walk in, so we're going to walk in and try and get some better shots for you. It's a nice little walking track. Tony's headed off in front of me, she's leading the way. But around Ravenshoe itself, there's it must be a dozen falls within about a 30 kilometre radius. So if you're interested in a little bit of bushwalking and seeing some spectacular rock formations, you know, it's certainly worth the walk. Anyway, we'll take a walk down, and we'll give you a better shot of the falls, I hope, once we get down there. Well, here we are 700 metres later. We're at the top of the falls, just looking down into the big pool below. Now this is Little Millstream Falls, so I can't wait to have a look at some of the others. But yeah, wow, it's just, yeah, unbelievable spot. So we'll walk down to the bottom, just take the walking track down. Tony's already gone down there. It is a bit slippery, it's been raining. There are no handrails or anything to hang on to, so you want to make sure you're fairly sure-footed and just take your time. But in doing that, I think the little walk down here is well worthwhile. Tony's going to let me go past, and again it gets a bit greasy, so you want to be careful. And it's just started to rain again. So we got a little bit of rain overnight. So I'm just going to take you down to the bottom, and we'll get a few shots. Looking up. Right, we're down at the bottom. I don't want to walk any further down through the slippery rocks. As I said, it's been raining, things are getting a little bit greasy, so I don't end up with a twisted ankle or anything. And it's now starting to drizzle, misty rain again. Yeah, there you go, Little Millstream Falls. if you're ever in Ravenshoe, it's worth coming out and having a look at this one. It's pretty close to town. It'll be lovely on a beautiful sunny day. Be a top area to go for a swim, in fact. Right, we're at our second set of falls for the day. This is the Upper Millstream Falls. So apparently this one's a bit more spectacular than the other ones we've just shown you. So I'm going to take a walk down and see what it's all about. It's a nice little walking track. So it should be a nice pleasant walk down for about 350 metres. As you can see, it's all bitumen walking down there. Yeah, pretty hard going. Morning.
Hello.
How you going? Don't know if I'll get the drone up. If I can get the drone up, I will, and get a look at it with the drone. But other than that, we'll just take some footage while we're down there. See you when we get down to the falls. Okay, here's our first look at the Upper Millstream Falls. A bit taller than the other falls, and they drop down a lot sharper. Not like the little Millstream Falls where it was sort of a lot of rapids before it dropped over. This just dropped straight down off the plateau. I'll get you a bit of a closer shot. As we promised, these are fairly spectacular set of falls. I mean, this whole area here just drops around into a great big canyon system below us. Pretty amazing country up here. Anyway, we're going to put the drone up before we get too many people down here and see if I can get a few shots.